Welcome to Patrick's Hometown Bakes. I'm your host, Patrick Spar, and I'm here to share with you step-by-step instructions on how to bake some classic all-time favorites, and maybe a few delicious new things you haven't tried yet. At Patrick's Hometown Bakes, I'll show you exactly how to make both sweet and savory breads and desserts. These short episodes are taken from my YouTube channel, which you can find by simply searching on my name, Patrick Spar. There, you'll find many additional recipes and all the printable instructions in the descriptions below the videos. I hope you'll follow along with me to make these tasty treats for yourself. So now, let's dive into today's hometown bake. Today, I'm going to show you how to make harvest pumpkin scones. It is the season, isn't it? Pumpkin spices everywhere. And now it's in your kitchen as well as in mine. These deep gold scones are as tasty as they are pretty. With cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and nutmeg spicing the dough, and sweet cinnamon bits from King Arthur, or as it says here, cinnamon sweet bits, just takes the flavor right over the top. You've never had anything like it. Are you ready? Well, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, in a large bowl, we're going to whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and spices. First, we have 2 3/4 cups or 330 grams of all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup or 67 grams of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon is 2/4, and another quarter, 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And now 1/4 teaspoon each of cinnamon, ground ginger, allspice, and nutmeg. Cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, boom. 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. You see what we've done here? You too can make your own pumpkin spice anything with 1/4 teaspoon of each of these ingredients: cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and nutmeg. Ah, it's harvest time. It's fall pumpkin spice in a bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Let's whisk that up real nice. First the dry ingredients, then the wet ingredients, then we mix them all together, and your harvest pumpkin scones will be on the way. That's right. So for this next fun part, we're going to work in 8 tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter, cold. And really the best way to do this is just get your hands right into the mix. Just gently press that flour into the butter into the flour. Just like that. Just like that. And we're going to work it until it's just unevenly crumbly. And it's okay for some of the larger chunks to remain unincorporated, but I pretty much like to touch all of the chunks. You notice at first we cubed the butter at about, 1/2-inch cubes. Oh, the spices in here smell amazing. Here we go. Now that we've got our butter nicely incorporated into the flour mix, we're going to add our cinnamon sweet bits. or cinnamon chips if you can find them. Oh, I love these chunks. These are the cinnamon sweet bits from King Arthur. Thank you, King Arthur. I'm just going to give those a whirl. Stir them in. That's right. Just like that. And so the next thing that we need to do is we're going to set the large bowl aside. We have 2/3 cups or 152 grams of pumpkin puree. We're going to whisk together the pumpkin puree and the 2 eggs. That's coming together nicely now. So now we have our dry ingredients, we have our wet ingredients. Add the pumpkin and egg mixture to the dry ingredients. Stir until all is moistened and comes together. That's right. So the next thing we're going to do is set the mixture aside. Look at that beautiful mix. We're going to line a half sheet, baking sheet with parchment paper. I just happen to have one right here. Sprinkle a bit of flour on top of the parchment. There we go. Scrape the dough onto the parchment or pan and divide it in half. I guess we're just going to eyeball it. But if you really knew me, you would know that I'd probably get my kitchen scale out and measure each piece to make sure it's exactly to the gram. But here we go. That looks like half to me. Round each half into a 5-inch circle. The circle should be about 3/4 of an inch thick. I think the best way to do this is maybe we're just going to dive in with the old fingers. It's a little sticky, a little flour, round each half into a 5-inch circle. It's actually not that sticky, it's pretty easy to work with. The circle should be about 3/4 of an inch thick. Sprinkle each circle with coarse white sparkling sugar or cinnamon sugar. Well, thanks to King Arthur, we actually have sparkling sugar. I'm kind of a fan of sugar. I'll probably overdo it. Can you overdo sugar? I suppose. Using a knife or a bench knife, run it under cold water and divide each circle into 6 slices. First we go this way. And then we make an X. Make a line. We make an X. I wonder how big these scones are going to be. Are they going to look like Starbucks scones? I do not know. But one thing I do know is they're sure to be tasty. Carefully pull the wedges away from the center to separate them just a bit. There should be about a ½ inch space between them at the outer edges. For the best texture and the best rise, we're going to place the pan into the freezer for 30 minutes uncovered. Preheat the oven to 425 Fahrenheit while these babies get chilled in the freezer. All right, my friends, it's that time to come out of the oven. This smells so good in here with all the cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice. Wow. You ready to see what we got? Here we go. This is what we got. Look at these babies. And so, as promised at the beginning, these scones are as tasty as they are pretty. Aren't those beautiful? Deep golden color. Oh, this beautiful cinnamon in there. Can you imagine? You have to try these for yourself. See the recipe in the description below. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I just have to share with you these beautiful, amazing harvest pumpkin scones that you can make at home. And I encourage you to try your hand at them because it's really easy. Oh, they taste so good. I'm going to grab this beauty right off the top. This one right here. Look at the sugar. Sparkling sugar on top. So good. All right, here goes. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Do click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Yum.
Thank you for watching Patrick's Hometown Bakes. Tune in again soon for another tasty hometown bake. I'm Patrick Spar. Bake well, be well.